an Unspoiled Network podcast.
This is Spoil Me, covering One Piece, Season 1, Episode 1. In this episode, it's a very special wannabe episode. Not being filmed on Crowdcast, because Crowdcast sucks. But I'm really excited, because this show is bonkers. Welcome to Spoil Me. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Natasha.
And I'm Florian.
Yay! I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Florian, for commissioning this and for guesting and for your patience.
And I'm so, well, not worried, but I'm just so excited and scared.
Because that is how I feel at the start of every new series, so you're in good company on that.
Okay, good. Great. Just so you know, I have a little bit of rosé here, just so to calm my nerves. Nice.
I'm jealous. I should have done something like that. That's what I should do every time that there's a wannabe episode. I should fix myself a drink and have it be like a cocktail hour. All right. So explain to me why you commissioned this series, because every time that somebody has discovered this has been on the docket and has been commissioned, they have a really extreme reaction, I think is the word I want.
Yes, apparently. I mean, you probably got more of this reaction, like seen it more. I just saw it in the Crowdcast before a little bit. I've always been a fan of like One Piece, and I've always been, well, not always, but like I've listened to you now for like about, what is it, 4 years, 5 years maybe?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I've been doing this so long.
But it's great. I love it. And I just... I know what it was, that I decided that I want to commission this. There has been rumors, and with rumors I mean the creator of the show apparently did say that there is a Netflix series in the making with like real action, like with real people.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, but apparently this has been said in like 2018 or 19. Like it has been quiet around that for a long time now.
Gotcha.
But I was kind of like, I wanted like when this comes on Netflix at some point maybe, and it is like a huge thing. I was like, I want Natasha to see like the original.
Yeah.
Not to say that the Netflix version would be bad if it ever really happens, because there has nothing, there hasn't been no trailer or anything, you know.
Right. And I imagine that the pandemic, if they were like filming anything, would just kind of slow everything way down if they were even started yet.
Yes, indeed. So I was kind of like, that was one. And the other thing is just like, I love this show. I mean, both shows, like One Piece and Unspoiled. So I was like, let's just combine those two things, you know.
Yay. So how many, the main thing that everybody says is, oh my God, it's so long. Are you doing all of it? And I wanted to ask you whether I'm doing all of it, because obviously it's up to you.
Well, it's a part of
I don't know how long it is, also. Full disclosure, I have no idea. So you can tell me that also.
You're just a unicorn, just like Sean was, you know. But maybe not a unicorn because, well, we will have to find another magical creature, but...
That's true. I'm a unicorn, but it's like a rhinoceros.
No!
That's my horn.
Wow. Well, I mean, you can kill better with it, maybe.
I like to think that I am much more threatening.
Yeah.
So, it works.
Yeah. No, so, I can... To be honest, I don't know how many episodes there are right now at this moment. I can tell you though. Wait? No, let's start a little bit different. What
Okay.
do you know about anime in general?
I know next to nothing. I have only ever... What have I watched? I started to commission Fooly Cooley, or not commission, to cover it way back. And without any knowledge of anime, that was the wrong choice. And my ex-husband is responsible for that. And other than that, the only anime that I've ever seen, Airbender and Korra don't really qualify. And other than that, I've seen Kiki's Delivery Service, which I'm not sure if that even quite qualifies. I don't know that I've really seen almost any anime at all. And I haven't read any manga at all.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but you know the correlation between mangas and animes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so for the manga, there has come out the 9,000 chapter. No, not the 9,000, the 1,000. Sorry, not 9,000.
Oh my god!
The
I
1,000.
almost died.
Not
1,000.
9,000.
Okay.
Not 9,000. I just know you just said 9,000 because the episodes are at 957.
There are 957 episodes?
Well,
Mother of God. Okay.
well, yeah. 75? Yeah. Is it 75? No, it's 975. I'm bad with numbers. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You
well,
realize
that gives me a general idea anyway, even if it's not exactly right. So, do you want me to cover every single episode, or do you want there to be because somebody asked in the comments on this post on the patron group whether or not I had a canon versus filler list.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what that is. I can figure it out, but I wasn't sure if that was something that you were interested in doing for the show.
Well, you basically, I think you know what fillers are.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
In the anime universe, it's basically everything that is not in the manga. So everything that is not original from the creator.
And that happens usually because the show gets started before the manga's complete and
Yes.
catches up, right?
Yes, so they put
Okay.
in fillers so the manga has time to get ahead again.
Gotcha, okay.
So we don't have a Game of Thrones situation,
Yeah, this is what I was thinking of.
Exactly. And yeah, no, I think we will skip the fillers. And,
Okay.
And just for you to know, or for everybody out there to know, I said to Natasha that I wanted to do this also as an experiment for her or for us, to look how she will react to anime.
Okay.
Because as it's super long, and I don't want you to watch 900 episodes of something that you maybe are not into. This is not the goal here. So basically, what I want you to see for sure is the first season, basically.
Okay.
And if you would dislike it, then we would kind of stop because it's not it doesn't make any sense, if you don't like it, it's fine, I'm not here to be oh my god, you have to love it. I'm just here to show you a whole new world or something like this. And I know people right now will be screaming at me for saying the first season because there are no seasons in One Piece.
There aren't?
No, because a season normally would indicate 20 episodes, and season 2 has 20 episodes, and so on. And in One Piece, it's more, there are arcs, basically.
Okay.
And every arc or every saga is contains one story, or one
Gotcha.
part of the bigger story. So basically, I want you to see the first part of the bigger story, and this would be around the first 40 to 50 episodes.
Okay, gotcha. So in terms of canon versus filler, that arc doesn't contain filler. Is that correct?
The first arc towards the end, and I think we will probably skip them because they're really bad. They're super bad. You know that there is. I'm going to hear the people right now. They wanted to see G8, and I know you don't know anything what this means, but I know the people want you to see this, which is the only filler in whole One Piece that is considered really good. And people are always like, "Oh my god, you have to watch it, even it's filler." And yeah, but this would be somewhere way more down the line. So
okay. I feel like there was another question I had. Well, I mean, for what's booked right now, I think I'm up to like episode 16 or so, somewhere in there.
yeah.
So for all of that, we're just going straight forward, 2 episodes, not skipping anything for now. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then, guys, just to let you all know that once we start getting to points where I'm going to skip, Florian will get in touch with me, let me know, and I will let you guys know in the recording, and that way if y'all are watching along, you will know what I'm going to do next and yada yada. But yeah, I mean, and I reserve the right to watch the filler episodes even if I'm not recording on them, because I just might want to for the fun of it.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's the thing is, the filler episodes are not, how do I say that? They're not so bad that they're unwatchable. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, but they're just not as good as the rest is, basically.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you been watching this show since it came out?
Well, do you want to know when it came out?
I have no idea, actually. That's a good point. When did it come out?
So the anime started in 1999.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is older. Well, I guess if it's fucking got 900 episodes, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And the manga started in 1979, so 2 years prior.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, 79?
19? Oh god, I'm so bad with numbers. I'm sorry, you guys.
No, that's okay. Is it 99?
Yeah. Like 2 years before the anime.
Okay,
there was the
gotcha.
manga.
Gotcha. Okay. And that explains why there's not as much filler in the first arc, because that was complete, at least, by the time they started.
Yes.
So you watched it since then, since it came out?
Yes, I watched all of it. Yeah, and I loved it. Well, we can talk about a little bit other thing that I want you to ask you right now. I asked you to watch it in Japanese.
Correct, yes.
Was it possible?
Which I did. Yes.
You did? Okay.
Yep. Netflix had it, the options for like dubbing in like 12 different languages or to watch in the original Japanese. And I was able to skip the intro, which you advised, because it sort of gives away who are going to be some like more major characters.
Yeah.
So I did that too. So
Okay.
yeah, that worked out. I was really glad to find it on Netflix too, because I kind of thought I was going to have to get into a whole other app for it. And that was very convenient. Yay.
No, that's really great. No, that's good. Yeah, I told her like to not watch the intro. Like before the intro, there is like a really tiny bit of where you
Exposition,
but it really I will tell you at some point. Maybe you can watch the intro. But to be honest, if you would see it right now, it would be not like a huge deal, you know. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm just kind of like. For me, it's difficult because I'm like, when this episode comes where this character shows up, I'm like, oh yeah, obviously he's going to be important. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if you're a newbie that you will realize that this character will be important, you know.
And Owen, my fiance, who is more into anime, he's not like a huge fan, but he's like definitely watched more of it. When I mentioned that you had advised to not watch the intro, he was like, oh yeah, anime is really bad about spoiling shit like right in the intro sometimes, because they just assume that you like know the source material already, so they don't care. And So yeah, he seemed to really understand that suggestion.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to watch this with me because he's seen the first 10 episodes, I think. And when I told him you had commissioned it, he just burst out laughing and was like, "Oh my God, I cannot wait to see what you say about it." So he unfortunately, we sat down to watch it together for the first time. And then he got a call from work and he had to leave. And I was so annoyed.
Aw.
But also watching it by yourself is a real experience. So I kind of enjoy that I got to experience that without him watching me because, wow.
Well, on that note, I think, do you want to get into the episode, or is there anything
Yes.
before that? Or
I want to get into this episode, and I want to get into the pirate that I will be calling Dolores Umbridge for the duration of her appearances, because that is just her energy.
oh my
And
God.
I honestly kind of want to cosplay her at some point when her pirate ship in pink,
Yeah,
hearts on the sails, comes around the corner.
I was like, this is Natasha's ship. Like, what are we even talking about?
I want it. I love it so much. The Jolly Roger has a heart in the middle. Why? I
Why
love
not? Why not?
it. Why not, indeed? That's the spirit.
So, by your intro and by right now, I feel like you enjoyed the first episode, overall.
Yes, I definitely did. It was... So, I'll say this. The animation's real bad.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that happens a lot with a lot of animated shows. They don't often get started off with the budget that they may wind up with later. So it can be sort of rough to start off with. The animation in this is really rough in that there's a lot of long still moments that are just one tiny little vibrating movement and that's it.
Yeah.
And so that can be hard. It almost feels more like I'm reading the manga than watching an animated series in those moments. And also the extreme facial reactions. I am not used to this at all.
Yeah, well, that's typical anime stuff.
This is... So, Owen bought me a Nintendo Switch for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good man.
he is indeed. And he got me the Pokemon game, Pokemon Shield.
Yes.
And there is a character in that who I find so annoying because he just does this crazy face thing and gets into a sort of a crouch whenever anytime that he's sort of at rest or just trying to have a conversation, it looks almost like he's on the sidelines at a sports game and he's just cheering. But we're just talking about where we're going to go for lunch. And he's just yeah! And I was like, what is this guy's deal?
He's excited about food.
Right. That's kind of... This show has really made me realize that is evidently just a thing. And so, for me, not being familiar, I was like, this man is out of his mind. Why is he acting like this? But that's just how some characters are written. And you're going to have to help me with names of characters as well, because I am super bad with them in the best of times. And when they are names that are also unfamiliar to me, it's so much worse. So, the start of this episode, we're on a passenger ship. It's like a cruise ship, and it's a bunch of rich people having a good time. And there's a barrel floating in the water that the crewmen see, and you can hear somebody yelling, "I'm Luffy, the man who's going to be king of the pirates," from inside the barrel. Evidently, these guys don't hear that. Even they think it's full of booze. I don't know why they can't hear him, but it's
well, maybe I can. Okay, I will not leave you in disbelief. It's just the title card, basically.
Is it?
Yeah.
So
sorry.
He's not yelling from inside the barrel?
No, sorry.
Okay. The way he sounds, it sounds like he's like muffled in there. You know what I mean?
That could be possible, yeah. No, but it's just the title cards are normally read out like in this fashion.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes much more sense.
But I mean, yes, this is how the episode starts. But I just want to draw a little bit attention to we see a whirlpool at the beginning.
Oh, right. I totally skipped that. My bad.
And it's not like that it will come in huge later, but I want to mention something later. I want to see if you caught up, if you catch that.
So the character that we first hear about, what is his name? Gold Robert? Something Robert? Well, I'm going back to see.
You mean...
the pirate at the very, very beginning?
The very beginning?
Gold Roger.
Gold Roger, yes.
That's the guy, okay. So that's actually, at the very start, we hear about, what the deal is. So he was a celebrity pirate?
Oh, you have seen that? That's good. Okay, no, that was the thing that I talked about that is before the intro, the small exposition thing, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
That wasn't was that what I was supposed to skip?
No, that is good that you see that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, basically he is basically what is considered, he is the former king of the pirates.
Okay. And that's evidently that is a hugely popular position. The exposition shows extremely large crowds. Mm-hmm. And so this man wielded some serious power and had a lot of treasure and riches. And when he dies, and it looks like he is executed, mm-hmm. He basically tells everybody that the treasure is out there and they need to go find it. Mm-hmm. And so everybody just heads out at the same time to try and discover where he hid it. And the line is, and so men head for the grand line in pursuit of their dreams. What is the grand line? Do we need to know what that is, or?
We will find out, I guess.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to interpret that somehow, but all right, cool. I will live with not knowing.
It's not forever.
Everybody is just looking to be king of the pirates. And how much time is supposed to have passed since his death and the start of the show?
I think... Well, what do you think? I will ask first.
I really don't know. I want to... It feels like it hasn't... It feels like because of the reaction of the pink-haired boy... Mm-hmm. What's his name?
Kobe,
right. Because of his reaction, it sounds like everybody's been looking for the treasure for a long time and nobody's found it, and so there's just a sort of oh, nobody's king of the pirates anymore. That's not even a thing. Mm-hmm. But I can't tell if that's just it might just be that Kobe is an unambitious little bitch and doesn't understand that he's interested in doing this, and so he reacts more strongly than is really warranted. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know how much to trust Kobe is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. No, that's okay. Yeah, I'm just going to say that I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, that's the hard thing about being the spoiled one is
Oh no, I mean it is the hard thing, but it's also the fun thing. So I think you will know all about that. So.
You monster. All right, so when you were saying that we see one person, who did you mean before we see the barrel and the...
No, we don't. I mean, we didn't see one person. We see there's a whirlpool out there.
Oh, the whirlpool. Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And I mean, you didn't... we will come... I just say it now, we put a pin in it, and I will say something about that later.
And it's mentioned in a very sort of casual way, the sort of way that I made it sound like Crowdcast wasn't going to be a problem, where everybody is oh yeah, that whirlpool is way too small for a ship like ours to be bothered by it. And by the end of this episode, if I'm not wrong, nothing has really happened with that whirlpool yet. We're just seeing him come out of the barrel that he got sucked down into the whirlpool.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, that's basically what I was going to talk about, is that the reason why he is in the barrel is because he got sucked into the whirlpool. And
right.
And I personally never catch that for a long time. Maybe because I was pretty young when I first watched the series. But I was like, why is he in a barrel? But I was like, what? But,
yeah, he says that to Kobe, I think, when he's like chowing down on whatever fruit that is.
Yeah, I watched it again, because I know we would record today, and was like, are those apples?
I don't know what he's eating there.
Yeah.
And it's like another moment with the animation being really bad, where it's like the same 3 movements, but like done 6 times to make it look like he's still eating. So yeah, the crewmen like pull him up over the side. They assume that this is like a barrel full of booze, and they're really excited about it. And we see also this young girl who looks like she's got some money. It's sort of a weird moment because she's being treated as if she is a fancy lady. Mm-hmm. But later on, we see her being very piratey.
Oh, yeah.
And stealing things. So it's either she's a fancy lady who's decided that she's going to turn to a life of crime, which is fun, or she is living a life of crime pretending to be a fancy lady, which is also fun. Who knows? I kind of want it to be the second one. Shut up. How dare you? So yeah, we don't get almost any dialogue from her, if I'm not mistaken.
Nothing.
We just see her like going around with her kerchief over her head, which is what pirates wear.
Yeah,
and
that's a pirate.
Yeah, that's how we know she's in pirate mode, is because she's got a kerchief on. And other than that, she's like pretty much gets away with doing everything she feels like doing, and kneeing a guy in the balls, which good for her.
Yeah,
I say.
No, really, me as a man, I'm always like, oh, but yes.
Yeah. So she gets asked to dance by this boy, and then we cut to one of the crewmen who sees the Heart Jolly Roger flag as the evil pink ship comes around the corner, and he begins to freak out because apparently this pirate woman is well known. Like, he knows, I don't know, maybe he's just reacting to the Jolly Roger and that's it, and he doesn't know who she is specifically. And it's just like, oh, pirates, bad news. But I like to think that it's her specifically.
It's possible. I just a little side note: the guy that is up in the Jolly Roger is kind of a douche because the other guys try to catch this barrel, and he is just like, "You guys suck," and I'm like,
I forgot that he says that.
And I don't know, this line always, on the one hand, cracks me up, but on the other hand, I'm like, you are an asshole, sir.
I had forgot that he says that. And then there's a moment later where the pirate lady says, like, get up off your ass or something to Kobe, like, get your ass together. And I was like, wow, they can say suck and ass. Because I'm so used to, like, things being, like, very sanitized for children with the animated stuff that I have covered recently.
Yeah, no. Anime has their more liberties, let's say.
Nice. So, yeah, this ship, God, it looks so amazing. I didn't even notice until just now because I'm playing it while we're talking about it. Mm-hmm. And there's like a swan head with a heart for an eye for the like figurehead. Oh my God, it's so good. I love it so much. What? I'm screenshotting this. I got to do this right now. I'm not even going to use it for the episode art because I always use the banner, but I'm going to post this in the group because like this is just such a mood. Is this like pink heart ship and then cannonballs flying out of it.
It really is.
I love it. So, yeah, cannonballs come flying out. And I love the ship's captain, who looks like he's straight out of, like, Miami Vice.
Yes.
He's
Absolutely.
got this mustache that's, like, goes from ear to ear and aviator shades. He looks like he was on his vacation. Like, this does not look like a man who should be in charge.
Maybe he isn't, I don't know. But what I find great is like, he's like, everybody stay calm, and everybody starts running.
Nobody gives a shit what he has to say.
And, excuse me, you're on a ship. Where the
Right.
fuck are you running?
Where are you going?
Like, maybe jump overboard, but still, I'm like,
They have, do they have, like, escape ships? What are those called?
yeah.
Dinghies? I don't know anything about ships. I'm sorry, everybody.
Well,
Hopefully that won't be super necessary for covering this show.
Well, Natasha, we're on the same boat here.
Get it? Get it? That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
thank
pretty
you, thank
good. I like that one.
Thank you.
So yeah, everybody like books it except for the one girl who looks around and is like, haha, everybody's distracted. Time for me to get up to my pirating. And she goes off and begins to, eventually she boards the Heart ship and takes a bunch of stuff. And I don't think we see, like, by the end of this episode, nobody has noticed a bunch of stuff has been stolen, have they?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know if they
all...
ever will, but, you know. So then we cut to the crew on that ship. What's the name of this ship?
Which one? Like the cruise ship, basically? Like with the passengers? Or like
No, the Heart ship.
The Heart ship. Well, most of the times with the pirate crews, they are named after the captain. So
okay.
Her name is Elvida, so it's probably the Elvida pirates.
Okay. Elvida is a pretty good name, actually. I am going to try really hard to remember that. I like it because it's sort of like, is it Elvida saying that's like goodbye? And it's almost like, yeah, my name is like, you're saying goodbye to this world because I'm going to kill you. I like it. It's sort of intimidating in that way, you know? Mm-hmm. And she's asking Kobe, who the most beautiful woman on the high seas is. And he says, you, of course. And then the camera whirls around to reveal what looks like a sphere on legs.
Yeah.
Which I find highly relatable lately.
Oh, no.
That's what I feel like, is a sphere on legs. And she's got this captain's jacket with these epaulets and what looks like a white cowboy hat.
Yeah,
with...
I don't
know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know, but I have to say, as you said, like, the pirate ship is great, like, her design is great. I think we didn't talk about it here, but the creator of the show is Oda. Well, not of the show, but of the manga. And his designs are insane sometimes. like, and even, like, the earliest from the beginning, it's like, oh, I kind of forgot that she has, like, this amazing ship. But she just does, you know, like...
She really, like, when you can only see her mouth, because it takes a second before you get to see all of her face and then all of her body. But when you can only see the corner of her mouth, she looks like a Cruella de Vil for a second. And then you get to see a little bit more, and I was like, oh, she looks like Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And then the camera pulls away, and I'm like, oh, no, none of those things. Not even a little once you get a good look at her.
Well, yeah, like you have to take a second glance where you're like, what?
Yeah. Oh. I really want to cosplay her. I feel like this would be... I don't know how many people would know who I was, but I would definitely also want to, like, have a prop Jolly Roger with a heart on it that I carried around too.
Okay.
I'm going to do this, guys. That's going to be my Halloween costume, I think, this year.
I would love it. Like maybe a little boat, like a purse boat or something. I don't know.
Oh my god, a little purse boat. That would be so fun.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Okay. This is going in my little mental notebook. So they board the ship, and it's really just chaos. Like, these guys are very afraid of her because she has this club that just throws one guy like overboard and basically a quarter mile away from the ship. He flies very far away. So they're very afraid of her, but they don't respect her, clearly.
Yeah, no, yeah. And she's strong, though, as you said. Like, she sends this dude flying later.
God. I'm looking at this costume now with the camera pulled away from her a little bit. And I just keep seeing, like, what is up with the white shorts? Why is she wearing shorts?
I don't know. It's like so wrong that it's good again. I don't know.
She's got this, like, purple sash, and she just has a gun stuck in it. It. Honestly, this looks like the kind of outfit that a little kid would come up with if they were going through their closet to just try and make, like, a pirate costume. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair. And when you say little kid, she kind of acts like a little kid. Not a little kid, but like, yeah, she does. Yeah, she feels like she's having a tantrum all the time. Yeah.
And the mace that she's using doesn't go at all, because that looks like something that like a Mario character would use. That mace feels very disparate. I want her to have a sword or a some sort of, like, rifle or pistol, but instead it's this solid metal mace, and it just, okay, sure. Even a hammer. I would accept a hammer. But no. It's this. And Kobe, as it turns out, he got taken prisoner when they boarded another ship and made into a chore boy.
Yeah.
And he is extremely cowardly and weak.
Yes.
And as we see later, Barrel Boy hates him and just says so. Which was pretty brutal, to be honest.
Yes.
He just says, oh, and you're a coward too. I hate you. Oh my god. I wish I could interact with the world in that way. It'd be so freeing. Yeah.
By the way, side note, I love it that you called him Barrel Boy.
What's his name again? Luffy?
Yes.
Luffy. Did I get it? Ooh, did I remember it right?
Yes.
I thought I made that up because that did not sound like a name.
Again, but, I'm here and I'm going to use this time. A side note that nobody cares about. In German, which is like my first language, if you didn't know this by now, they changed his name to Ruffy, like with an R. Like,
why?
Ruffy? I don't know. They changed it because they were like, it's easier to pronounce. I don't know. But,
I mean, Ruffy at least, like, it's a weird thing to change it for no reason, but Luffy is a bad name.
It kind of
Let's be honest. It's a bad name. So I'm not, like, mad at them for being like, well, we got to do something. And at least Ruffy, it sounds like rough, which sounds tough, which sounds like a person that's going to be able to be scrappy and fight.
That maybe, but then again, in German, we don't say rough. So I don't know what.
Oh. So, yeah, I guess that's true.
So yeah, but just as a side note, it's just changing of the name. Well, not.
Are there any other characters whose names get changed?
Later on, there's one.
Okay.
But it's not. Again, it's just one letter that they change. So I don't know. They just don't change the whole name. They just change one letter, and it's like
weird.
Yeah. Huh. So yeah, they get on the. I also like this. They are like the pirates get on the ship, and they're like, "We won't take your lives, but we will take all your vulnerables or valuables." So and Alvida comes in and is like, "You will be sleeping with the fishes." And I'm like, this guy just said, "We will not take your lives," but then she comes in, "Nah, you will be sleeping with the fishes." Or like the bottom of the ocean or something she says. And I'm like, make up your mind, guys.
I think that she says that if they fight back.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like...
He's trying to reassure them, and she's like, no, but be afraid, though, for sure.
Yeah.
And she wants, like, Kobe to, like, I guess go and also be a pirate, but this kid is so clearly not going to be a pirate.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I skipped a little bit before.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was just noticing, because I'm watching it, and he just goes into the kitchen here. And I'm like, of course he goes into the kitchen, because what else is he going to do? Go out there with the guys who have, like, cutlasses when he doesn't have a weapon? What's he got? He's not going to be able to, corral that crowd into place. What did she think he was going to do?
Yeah, I'm in general, I'm like, he is apparently, I mean, he says it himself, like a chore boy. Like, leave him on the ship.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe, as you said, she wants him to become a pirate. I don't know. And
I feel like maybe she just wants him to die. Maybe she just doesn't care and she thinks it's amusing.
That's probably true.
Just cold-blooded.
Yeah. So, yeah, he is in this kitchen, and what did you expect? I mean, tell me about the barrel.
So, he comes across the barrel, and his initial reaction is like, okay, I'm going to bring this back to the ship because Avita is going to be happy that I got a bunch of booze. Which is, like, first of all, it shows us a lot about his character. Because he's trying to make her happy. And he's trying to suck up to her.
Yeah.
And it's honestly so pathetic. Kid, you think she gives a shit? Like, she'll be very happy to have booze. She won't remember you got it. That's not going to do anything for you. She doesn't care. Stop trying to fool yourself. But he's in a bad situation, so I guess I can't blame him for just doing his best to make the best of it, you know?
I don't even know, and this is now for real, I mean, I could look it up, but I don't know how old he's supposed to be. Kobe, I mean.
Yeah, he feels like he's like 12, but...
Yeah, I would say maybe he was 12 when he got on the ship, and now he's like maybe 14 or... Yeah, like 14 or maybe 15.
Okay.
Well, let's say 14, because 15 is like when you didn't have... He doesn't look like he had puberty. Like,
yeah, definitely not true.
So maximum age I would give him is like 14, I think.
So he's like trying to take it out of the kitchen, and he gets sidelined by a couple of the crew guys who are basically like, oh, we are going to get so fucked up. I can't wait. And he's like, but she's going to be so mad. And they're like, only if you say something, narc. And they get ready to just completely like bust this barrel open with their bare hands. This one guy.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah, he has to show his manliness or something. I don't know.
I guess that's it. Yeah, it just seems really impractical. You're going to have all these splinters in your wine. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to drink that. That's like just busting the neck off of a bottle and then trying to drink out of it.
Ooh,
like,
no.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
exactly.
Oh, no. No, that's a crime. Ooh, that you just said that. No.
So yeah, he is about to break it open, and then out of nowhere, this dude's fists come busting through the top of the barrel, and he jumps out, Luffy jumps out, very noticeably not covered in shit as he would have been were he in a barrel. but this is a children's program in some ways, so I guess we can't depict that horrifying reality.
Well, we don't know how long he was in there.
That's true. I mean, that's true. All right, fine.
Let's say, I mean, the whirlpool was right there. So, you know, like I don't think he was like stuck on the ocean for weeks or something.
True. But he comes out and he just yells, "I slept great." Which is honestly such a weird first line and such a weird reaction to coming out of a barrel. Like, he's not like, "Oh, I'm so happy to be alive. Thank God I'm finally free." There's no indication that he was in there not of his own free will and able to get out at any point. He was just taking a little nap. And he's really happy because that nap was excellent and now it's done and on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I really wish that I could wake up with this sort of enthusiasm and zest for life because he's happy.
If I would sleep in a barrel like this, I need to go to the doctor.
Right.
It would be a whole ordeal. Like,
it makes so much sense later when we find out that he's like a rubber person.
Oh yeah, true.
That's the only way, because he's just stretched up and bouncing around in there like a rubber ball.
Yeah. That's true. I never thought about this aspect of it. Yeah.
Look, all right. I'm getting ahead of myself, but can we talk about the fact that he's a rubber person?
Later.
All right, fine. So he busts out of this. The one guy who had been about to break the barrel open goes flying.
I love this.
He looks around and sees that guy's like flat on his back, and the other two dudes are standing there looking at him like, "We are about to just really ruin your day." And they pull out cutlasses, and he looks at them, and the one guy's like, "Are you sure you're gonna mess with us even though we're pirates?" And he straight up ignores them. Turns his back to them and is like, "Where's the grub?" And poor Kobe is ready to piss his pants.
Rightfully so. I mean, in this moment, yes, Kobe, that's the right response. I'm sorry.
I felt so bad for Kobe. All he wants is for this guy to act like a fucking human being.
Oh.
And it's not going to happen, Kobe.
No. I mean, Natasha, you have only seen one episode, but you already know that. So.
He is an alien. He keeps being like, "Oh, I'm a rubber person." I'm like, "You're not a person. Stop it. Stop lying." So yeah, these guys swing their swords. We don't see what happens. We just see Luffy turn around, and we hear like a thud, and we see the tips of each of their swords like lodge in the ceiling, having been cut off from the rest of the sword. And evidently, Kobe also didn't see any of what happened.
Yeah,
so
he was too scared.
Up. Yeah. And so he looks up, and these guys are just like down and literally have tears in their eyes. And this guy says, "I'm Monkey D. Luffy." I forgot his first name is Monkey. Is that real?
Yes, it is. This is his full name. Like,
this is his government name.
This is his government name. I mean, if we can have Harry Dresden with his full whole shenanigans, then we can have Monkey D. Luffy. Just saying. Don't
you dare compare the name Monkey D. Luffy to Harry Copperfield. What's all of his names? Now I've forgotten.
Isn't there a stone something in there? I don't know.
Harry Blackstone Copperfield Dresden. You're right. What's the D stand for?
I mean, a middle name, I guess?
Well, yes. But what is it? Do we ever find out? Is that important?
Well, it is a letter that comes after C. And
You're profoundly helpful. Thank you.
yeah, I know.
It's Monkey D. Luffy. Oh my god. Okay. Nice to meet ya. And then he gives him this beaming smile that is honestly a little creepy at this point. And these guys get up and run away. And they eventually wind up like going back and reporting to Alvida that there is a monster in a barrel that attacked them. But she is very sensitive about her appearance. So when they say that there's a monster, she thinks that they mean her, and one of them gets killed.
Yeah.
Which,
Shut off or flown away.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind being able to do that.
I just always, when I see this scene, I'm just like, oh, they take the body with them. You know, like the one that get knocked out. But later, he gets flung away. So I'm just like, maybe you guys just should have left him there.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have then the scene in the like food storage area where Luffy just sits down and he eats. What?
Sorry, I have to mention this.
No, that's fine.
Luffy and Kobe, like, he wants to get food, yeah, and so they walk out the kitchen, and Kobe is like, no, and then tries to hold him back, and Luffy just walks on, and then the door closes. And
yes.
Kobe's whole neck gets, like, separated from his body. And this is one of the funniest shits, like, I'm sorry, this is something that I have to mention because I laugh about it every time I see it. It's just
I like straight up miss that. I'm going back and like watching it now. His head is just like through the. Oh, that's right, because he's like holding him and trying to drag him back.
Yeah.
Not this way. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. See, that's the face. That man is being choked to death, and he makes the same face that he makes for like 80% of this episode.
Yeah, it's true, but I just love it. Sorry, and,
that's fine.
And this is the kind of thing, like typical anime thing, and maybe you will get into it. I hope so. Yeah, but I just love this kind of shit. So yeah, they're at the storage for food, I guess.
Oh my god, he keeps smiling, and it keeps creeping me out. Because he just turns towards the camera a couple times, and it's like these big, wide-mouthed smiles where his eyes are just like upside-down U's. And I, like, because he just took out a couple of guys, and we don't know how he did it, he just feels like so threatening to me. Mm-hmm. Because he obviously has some kind of like ability that I haven't figured out yet. And the fact that he's trying to act friendly and like he's just like, hey, whatever, I just wanted a little snack. I'm like, no, I don't trust you. You don't get to be cute and charming.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. Well, I kind of asked, but did you know that he is in the barrel? Or like, before he broke out?
I mean, because the title card, it sounds like he's in the barrel. I assumed that there was a person in the barrel.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of my guess too. That because you heard the title card that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
I wish that they almost didn't do that, and then it would be like more of a surprise. There's like, oh, there's a person in there.
Yeah. Well, more down the line, I also will tell you to not listen to the title cards or not read the title cards, because much like the intros, they will sometimes have spoilers. They will literally have spoilers like Luffy dies or something like that. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding in the sense that Luffy is not going to like die. You know, like maybe he will.
But still, like.
But yeah, it's in this vein, like, or like the title card will be like Kobe dies or something like this. It will happen. In the earlier episodes, it's not so bad, but the more you go on, the more crazier they get. Like,
what? Why do they do that?
I don't know.
They're just ruining it for everybody. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, then again, they have 900 plus episodes, so you have to come up with a title. And at some point, you probably be like, I don't know, fuck it, we just spoil everything.
I kind of like the idea that you just get so, like, bored. You're just like, I don't know, just fucking tell them that somebody dies this episode. Do they ever say something that doesn't happen? Because that would be a pretty good goof if they were like, this is the episode where Luffy dies, and then that's not at all what happens.
I feel like, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like they say in this episode, there would be like, again, the example, Luffy dies, and then in this episode, it looks like he dies, but then in the next episode, you find out he's fine. You know,
okay, got you. Yeah.
That kind of deal happens sometimes. But again, at some point, I will be like, don't read the episode titles, or don't. I mean, you can listen to them. I mean, you will not understand them if you watch in Japanese. So
yeah, I'll have to just try and like time it, because like skipping the intro is easy because there's just a button.
Yeah.
From Netflix, it's just like, yeah, you want to skip it? Yes, I do. But the title cards, it's a little. It was up for quite a while.
Yeah, it's up for a while, and yeah, you know that those are all like small things. It's never like the same with the intro. It's never like necessarily, oh my god, you ruined everything. You know, it's not like that. But for the overall experience, it's probably, I don't know, would be better. Maybe, I don't know.
I'll try my best.
Okay, so back to the storage of food. No, food storage. I cannot say food storage. Storage of food is such a weird... You guys, English is... I'm struggling with it sometimes, okay?
Listen, you are doing amazing.
Okay.
I can't even imagine guesting on a show in not my native language over the phone. Like, whenever I am dealing with, like, trying to speak Spanish or talk to somebody with an accent, it needs to be in person, or else I can't do anything, because I read lips and read body language. Forget it. On the phone, no, it's not happening. So you're doing amazing.
Doing amazing, sweetie. Okay.
Doing amazing, sweetie.
Good. Thank you.
So we get the story of how Kobe got captured. It was a fateful day. I got on a boat to go to the outskirts of town to go fishing, and we see him being loomed over. It turns out the boat was actually headed for a pirate ship, and there's a bunch of dudes in the ship with him, like the little dinghy. Really, it's kind of amazing because like the illustration has Alvida like roughly twice the size of the ship itself. And all the dudes that are on there with him, I guess, are meant to be pirates already. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Because they all are wearing just like t-shirts. They're dressed in such a way that I'm like,
yeah,
were they just also captured while they were fishing? What happened?
Yeah, I have it open right now too, and it's really like, they look, well, not normal. Then one guy has like a tattoo on his face. But
no offense to anybody out there with a tattoo on your face.
Yeah, no, I just was about to
but
say
you're
because
definitely not normal. It's fine.
Yeah, like a symbol that you're evil.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but besides that, they really look kind of normal. They don't have the head. Is it called a headband? Like the girl did wear.
Oh, the handkerchief.
Is it handkerchief? Yeah.
Kerchief.
Yeah, but Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He says it's been 2 years since he was captured. I didn't realize that he said it was that long. That is a long-ass time.
That is a long-ass time. And that's why, I mean, if you want to, I can look up how old he's supposed to be. But
no, it's fine. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But Luffy, for his part, has no sympathy whatsoever. He is like, wow, you're really pathetic. If you don't like it, then just run away. And Kobe's like, well, the thought of her finding me and what she would do to me. And this is when he says, oh, you're a wimp too? Man, I hate you. And the camera pulls back. This is the weirdest. I got to screenshot this, and I'm going to use this in the future for a react on Facebook and comments. Because This is the fucking weirdest illustration. It's not just the man I hate you with the big smile. Mm-hmm. It's the man I hate you paired with the
crying
smile cry that's going on. Because like Kobe's like he's crying, but he's got a weirdly smile expression.
Yeah.
And yet he's also like got no irises to his eyes. Which I find incredibly unnerving. That happens a lot in this show, like when they're depicting people looking shocked.
Mm.
And it's really creepy when their irises go away. I do not like it. Oh. It's so scary. Why?
That's fair, I guess. I'm just going to say some of these faces are tame in compare what is going to happen.
Oh my god!
No. Like for the Kobe face here right now, it's something. I'm not going to tell you otherwise. It is. I don't know what it is, but it's something. But yeah.
This I'm as we are talking about this, I'm going to post this screenshot in the group because everybody needs to be able to use this for their reacts. This is going to be very useful, I think. Anyway, yeah, this is for your react folder.
I really should get one.
You should. You don't have one?
No, but I'm also not so much on the social medias.
Ah.
I maybe will get Facebook just because of you, just so you know that.
I have so much power.
Yeah.
I feed on it. I'm sorry, though, honestly, because I hate Facebook and I don't want to be there either, but here we are.
Anyway, let's talk about something more fun.
And actually, there is somebody who was asking because they wanted to help contribute to commissioning these episodes, and they were wondering how to get in touch with you. Oh. And they said that they were going to chat in the Crowdcast, but then that didn't work out. So if you join the Facebook, I will tag you, and then you guys can discuss amongst yourselves. I don't know what exactly she was trying to find out about specifically, but
yeah, that would be great because, as I said, the first saga season, whatever you guys want to call it, is like my plan. But if somebody want to like help me, it sounds like it's so difficult. But you guys know what I mean.
This is such a tall order for like this being as long as it is. So yeah, I understand that.
Just for one person, and I mean, I don't want to get any what's it called? Sympathy points. What's it called? Like crying points? No.
I'm not sure.
I'm just saying right now I'm a student and I don't like it's not like money comes in like quickly. Anything,
yes. Yeah.
But that was also a reason why I commissioned these things were like last year was shitty and I want something nice. So
Amen to that.
So yeah.
All right, so man, I hate you. Oh my god, and I forgot that he says you are brutally honest while he's crying earlier too. So this is when we hear, I think this is the first time we hear Alvita says, haul it all off before the Navy gets here. Mm-hmm. So this is the first, mention of the fact that there is an official Navy in this universe. Is this supposed to be set in our universe? Like, are the countries called?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No. It is. No, I will not say anything. There is something about this, let's say, universal world that, on the one hand, I always kind of didn't like or found confusing, but then I got one explanation of it and it was like, okay, I'm fine. But this is not something that, this is for later on, not now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah, everybody's unloading the ship. The other girl is on their ship, and she is like taking all of their, like, it's just nothing but empty treasure chests, essentially. And she's got a sack full of gold and precious stones and looks very pleased with herself.
Like, if she can carry that, she is strong.
Right? Yeah,
Gold.
I really appreciate any like depiction of treasure where they are honest about how heavy gold is.
Yeah. I don't think they do this here, sorry. But we think that she is super strong and can lift this with her pinky or something. I don't know.
I mean, she does nail that guy in the balls really easily, so I'm willing to think that she's like very tough and.
Oh yeah, no, that for sure. Like, I mean, she's on a pirate ship stealing their treasure under their nose, basically. So you have to be tough.
Good for her.
Yeah.
So then we have this weird moment where, and this is the moment where the face really gets going, where Luffy says that he's going to be king of the pirates, and half the frame is just Kobe's mouth in an exclamation of shock, horror, more shock. And this continues for quite a while as he expresses that this is completely out of this kid's reach, never going to happen. How could you even think you're going to be able to manage that? He goes into such like shock that Luffy waves his hand in front of his face to be like, you okay there, kid? That means seeking the great treasure of wealth, fame, and power, the One Piece. So this is the first time that I have heard this referenced, and I think the only time that it's referenced this episode. Is that wrong?
I think maybe at the very end, but I'm not sure. When they're like on the small boat together. I'm not sure if they talk about it then again. But were you surprised to hear the title drop basically in the first episode?
I was surprised to hear the title drop in this fashion. Because the One Piece, what he makes it sound like in this like little speech is basically like that's what everybody calls the treasure. Is that right? Mm-hmm. What a weird name for the treasure. Why is that what people call it? It's all the wealth and that doesn't sound like one piece. That sounds like many pieces. Mm-hmm. That sounds like it's got a variety of components. The exact opposite of One Piece.
Why? Yes.
Why? Why is it called this? Explain it to me.
I give you a little trivia, which is not a real explanation. But in the English dub, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't want you to watch the dub, in the English dub version, it's said to be, it's called One Piece because he left all his treasures in one piece. Which is like stupid.
I mean, that's like worse than not explaining it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, like, come on, guys, that doesn't even work.
No. And, well, maybe
it's just like a translation sort of issue where like this works in Japanese in the way that they use it, but it just doesn't work in English.
Yeah, I mean, no, he left it all in one piece is, as far as I know, completely made up. It's not in Japanese at all. Like, this is just something, they made up in the English dub.
Okay, so there's no...
No, so far, like, at this point, there's no indication about this. It's just like, to become Pirate King, apparently, you have to find this treasure.
That's, this feels a little bit, I'm realizing I'm getting very, like, Ready Player One vibes. Actually, have you read that?
No, sorry.
Don't apologize. It's not good. I really enjoyed it, but it's not good.
Okay.
It's one of those things. Everybody was super excited for me to cover it, too, because they thought that I was going to be really, like, ruthless on it, and I wasn't, and I think I disappointed a lot of people because I actually really enjoyed it. But that's a whole other thing. But it's like the premise of that book is basically a computer programmer who was like the equivalent of like Steve Jobs leaves an Easter egg that will give you possession of his entire company and fortune if you find it in his program.
Oh, okay.
And then you get all of the wealth and power of the world, basically, if you are able to find it. And by the time the book starts, it's been like 15 years since he did that or something, and nobody has found it yet. But yeah, so the One Piece is the name of the treasure, which is sort of like the key to becoming Pirate King.
Yes.
Okay. And this is the first instance where we have Kobe saying, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, absolutely no way. And then Luffy just punches him. Mm-hmm. And he says, why did you do that? And Luffy says, just because. And honestly, like, I'm not a fan of like bullying or punching somebody just for no reason, but also good. Because Kobe, you suck sometimes. I'm not going to lie, kid.
Okay,
you were very annoying.
That's fair. But can I really back for a moment? Mm-hmm. I will ask you an unfair question.
Okay.
What do you think is the One Piece?
I mean, it sounds like everybody thinks it's like basically a box of treasure that's got supernatural powers. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, I bet it's not anything, isn't it? I bet the One Piece doesn't exist. I bet the real One Piece is the friends we made along the way. That's what I think.
Oh. No, I just love this. I'm not going to say you anything specific, but I'm going to say that Oda, the creator, is better than that.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah,
I would like it if the One Piece was like a really awesome ship. That would be cool. If it was like, you know, outfitted with all kinds of stuff and just kind of unbeatable.
But I think you have already seen the best ship possible, so...
That's true. I'm going to be really sad if something happens to Alvida, which I assume it will, because, like, I figure if she goes down, her ship goes down, and I'm going to be so bummed.
I mean, she kind of goes down in this episode.
That's true. Her ship remains.
Her ship remains.
I just really want that ship to always be featured.
Maybe you should print it out and like hang it in your office somewhere.
I am not kidding. Like if this were like the screenshot were like clearer and of better quality, yeah. I would make it my desktop because it really suits, especially right now because I still have my Valentine's decorations up.
Okay. Maybe I can find you a good quality image, or like maybe something on DeviantArt or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Please.
But you don't look for it. Spoilers.
Oh yeah, no, I will spoil the hell out of myself. Yeah, I won't do that.
Okay, good. No, I just wanted to ask this question. Like, it's the first episode, and it's like there's no way for you to know what the One Piece could be, or in any kind of way. But I'm just like always. I'm like, what do people think after the first episode? Because, to be honest, I kind of forget that it is in the first episode. Like, that it is, like, mentioned at the beginning. I don't know why, but I'm always, oh yeah, it's, like, right here. You know, like, the goal is set, basically.
If the show is as long as it is, I mean, you know, I have no idea whether they, like, find it at all, or if it's, like, something that happens early on, or if it takes 800 episodes to get there, or what. But yeah. I could understand not, like, when there's that much, to think that it didn't get brought up until a little bit later.
Yeah,
but then also, it's the name of the show, and it's the first episode, and you kind of, I guess, have to address why it's called that, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know anything about anime, so for all I know, they do this shit all the time and they don't explain it.
Yeah, I mean, when you read a book, sometimes the title of the book doesn't make sense until you're like halfway into the book. sometimes. So
True.
yeah. So yeah, Luffy hits Kobe on the head. That's where we stop. And you think
Indeed.
Kobe is a little bitch. So
Yeah, Kobe sucks. Like, I really sympathize with him because Kobe has anxiety. So do I, buddy. I really feel you on that. And like the whole, well, why don't you just run away? To where? He's on a ship.
yeah.
What the fuck where do you think he's gonna go, dude? Really? Just jump overboard and die? Cool. No. However, this dude just tells you like what his goal is to become king of the pirates, and you literally need to be like slapped back to your senses. You need to learn to deal with stress a little bit better, buddy. It's just shocking to me that you've lived for 2 years on this pirate ship and you haven't already died of a heart attack. Like, this kid isn't built for this.
Definitely.
So, yeah, when Kobe says, or no, Luffy says, I want to be king of the pirates, and so if I die doing that, it's fine with me. And this is, like, very inspiring to Kobe. And he basically is like, oh my god, do you think that I could become, like, part of the Navy? And I could help catch Alita because she is, and, like, as he's mid-sentence saying that, Alvita basically, like, busts through the roof of the hold that they're in and yells, who are you going to, you're going to help the Navy catch who? And this is so great because as she's yelling that, there's a bunch of like smoke and you just see her weird silhouette in the smoke and it looks so weird.
It does. But
she
you know
looks
it's
like
her.
A cloud formation.
A cloud within a cloud. Or like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. She kind of does, yes.
She's just got a weird outline, man.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about her design a lot, I think.
Yeah, I just, guys, I can't emphasize enough. Every time she's off screen, I kind of forget how bananas she looks, and then I see her again, and I'm like, oh my god, what is that? There's always a new thing that I'm noticing. It's
like the design that keeps on giving. Like,
yeah. There's just a new little detail that I'm like, what?
Oh my god, she has, I just noticed she has like a lot of rings on her hand, like on the fingers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, very, very Dolores Umbridge, for sure.
Yes, I can see that. Even though Dolores might be a little more delicate, like, she wants to have more a delicate appearance, I feel.
Yeah, I would agree with that. She's a lot more like, she tries a lot more to be feminine in her attitude and dress.
Yeah.
It is sort of odd that the captain would have a very, like, girly ship, but then be, like, in what looks like khaki shorts and a button-up shirt. I mean, sure.
Oh, I love her too.
So this is the moment where she tries to be like, so who's the fairest of them all? And what's his face? Kobe starts to like answer, and Luffy is on the sidelines throughout this looking nonplussed. He isn't afraid of her at all. He's just kind of like, what the fuck is this? Which is the right reaction to have when you are confronted with this woman.
And Alvida says something like, you are not Zoro.
Okay, look, can we talk about the fact that there's a character named Zoro?
Yes.
This is clear copyright infringement. I cannot sanction or approve of this.
I always thought about this too. Like, not always. But I was like, really?
Right.
But
any name you could have picked, and you picked one that's out there already and very well known. Yeah. Like, a weird choice.
But then again, wait, does the name Captain Morgan say anything to you?
Captain Morgan?
Yeah.
Like the rum?
Yeah, for example.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about his character, how he put, but there are characters like that. There will be a Captain Morgan, but the thing is, I don't know about Zoro, but the creator Oda, he often takes from real life things. And as far
okay.
as I know, Captain Morgan was also a real-life pirate at some point.
I think so, yeah.
And I'm not sure about Zorro so much, but I feel like there is like a real-life Zorro legend. You know, like I don't know if he was like real, but I don't think like it was only like from the movie or like.
Yeah, that's true. It sort of makes me think of Robin Hood, where I wasn't totally clear whether that was supposed to have been a real person or if it was a legend or what.
Yeah, or like a folklore kind of deal.
Yeah.
So like he often draws like from things like that. So
Okay.
so sometimes you will come across and you will be like, really? This name? But then you have to be like, okay, no, he didn't take this from the rum. He take it from the former pirate that had the same name.
So yeah, she's just like, oh yeah, you don't look like Zorro, and that sort of seems to like put her at ease with the fact that he isn't the bounty hunter. And this is when she asks Kobe, who's the most beautiful lady, and Luffy points and says, who's this big chunky lady? And then you get another wonderful shot of everybody's mouths hanging past their collars and in just total shock. And then the close-up of Elvida's eye, like, twitching. Yeah. It's uncomfortable to me how much I relate to her, because I also have an eye twitch.
Oh, okay. That
so
makes us three.
Oh, do you have one too?
Yeah, but just sometimes. I don't know when it happens. Like, when it happens, it's just on. And I don't know.
Mine happened. It got so bad that it was just like closing my eye on its own, and I couldn't see. And I've had to get like injections from a neurologist to get it to be normal. It's so annoying. I hate it.
Okay. But was it more the upper lid? Because for me, it's like only the lower lid of my eye twitches. The upper lid is fine.
It started off as the upper lid, and then it slowly grew and became like almost the whole side of my face would twitch, like my mouth also. Yeah. And don't know what that was about. I got a MRI. I got the whole shebang. Nothing. Just my nerves are just wrong. My nerves are quitting on me. Look, nerves, I understand your impulse, but it would be great if you could just hang on a bit.
Yeah. Okay. I hope this doesn't happen to me. So far, all is good.
Yeah, I hope not, too. I'll send you my prayers on that one, because it sucks.
Okay. So I feel like we get so much sidetracked here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my fault.
No, I feel like I'm I also have part in that. I wanted to say other words that I cannot say, so we just move along. Complicit? Yeah, complicit. Oh, compartment? No, compartment is that what you have in it. I don't want to say anything more.
Oh, I love this, though. It's really interesting to hear, like, because you're really great with English, and then just the moment where you're suddenly like, all right, I lost that word. Never mind.
Yeah, it's gone.
Dropping it.
Yeah, just moving along.
So this is the scene where, because, she's starting to go after him for the fact that he called her chunky. This is the scene where we get to see him fight and see how he is a stretchy boy who can hold on to a mast and then run back and then basically sort of slingshot himself into the crowd of pirates.
Yes.
And he says that he's a rubber person. And we see like him yank his mouth to the side. And the captain just says, "You've eaten a devil's fruit, haven't you?" And he says, "Yeah, the gum fruit." So she says that she hadn't even thought that was like a real thing. So this is apparently not common, but it is something that's in like the legends of the... I get the impression that finding one of these is difficult. A gum tree. I cannot with the fact that there's a fruit that makes you into a rubber person. What a weird idea. I'm fine with it. I really enjoy it, actually, because this is a strange power. And I'm always here for strange, stretchy powers.
Ooh,
But,
okay. I'm interested in that.
It's just like being able to stretch. It's one of those things that I feel it was so okay. The thing with a lot of superpowers, and I'm looking at you, WandaVision, is that if you don't give good parameters for what somebody is capable of, you can just kind of do anything and be like, oh yeah, that's also something this person can do. And that makes it feel so loosey-goosey that it starts feeling like, oh, you just let their power be whatever the plot needs for this episode. And that feels easy to a point that's kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. But if you've got something really specific, like, oh yeah, I can stretch, that's not an ability that's always going to come in handy. Mm-hmm. That's not something that like is going to solve a lot of problems. That's going to be something that you can utilize in specific situations. And especially in an animated series, you could do a lot of fun things visually with that. Yes. But it isn't so much of like a get out of jail free card, which is something that sometimes I feel about certain like special abilities. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it definitely does. I get what you mean. Wait. Oh man, you said something and now I wanted to react to it. Oh, no, it's gone.
I know that feeling well.
The stretches. Riveting audio right here. Maybe it will come back to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what I said that could have triggered anything, but I don't know. So yeah, she tells him, I guess that means you and me are enemies then, huh?
Because he says he's a pirate.
Yes. And here we have the moment, the decisive moment, where Kobe gets the chance. He's going to try and say that she's the most feared pirate in all the seas, or, something like that. But instead, he thinks back to 2 seconds ago when Luffy said, if I die doing that, it's fine with me. And all of a sudden, he's filled with courage and decides that he is going to take a stand. And when she says the most what? He says, the most ugly, cragged old hag ever. And again, with everybody's jaws hanging open. We have another bit where her eyes, like... So in the past, when I was saying that people's irises disappeared, what I meant was that it was all sclera. It was only the whites of their eyes, and that was it. But she has like no whites to her eyes when we see her. It's all black. Like her eyes were just scooped out, which is so much creepier, and I hate it. But then immediately after, we get to see her with like all the veins in her eyes because she's so angry.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Luffy is cracking up. He loves it.
He loves every second of that. And I also love every second of this. Because he's like, no regrets. But he's screaming bloody murder. I
said it! I fought for my dream! I'm like, yeah, but you also look like you're about to die. And it's like, not because she killed you, but because your heart couldn't handle it, kid. So she goes at Luffy with her club, and it does not work. 'Cause I'm rubber! And then his fist shoots out, and he wings it back around and yells pistol, and punches her in the gut. And it's really like the kind of thing that I'm like, I feel like she should have had time to prepare and get out of the way, considering how long it takes for his fist to go back. But I don't know how fast he's able to do this, so I'm willing to accept that this is like an instantaneous thing.
Yeah, like just a second, maybe.
Right.
But
and then we see that the guy that she like knocked overboard is just floating and looking at the sky and just trying to just trying to pass the time. Yeah. And she just lands right on top of him.
Yeah. Cannonball!
So, at this point, Luffy says, get this kid a boat and keep your mouth shut and let him go. and it looks like he's about to save the day and rescue this, like, I wanted to say his little friend, but it doesn't even feel like they're friends. It just feels like, well, I find you very annoying, but also I don't really want to deal with you anymore, so I guess I'll get you out of my hair.
Really? Well, I feel like he kind of a little bit respects Kobe. That he stand up there for a few seconds.
That's true. I didn't really give him credit for that, but that's fair. He just was so delighted to say I hate you. I haven't forgiven him for that.
Yeah, but some people can change their minds. Well, no, I wanted to say that you hate somebody doesn't mean that you want to have to happen harm to them, but that's pretty much what it means. Basically, when you say I hate you, means I want you to get punched in the face. So.
Yeah, exactly. So at this moment, they get interrupted by a bunch of cannonballs that are being fired by the Navy. And what happens here is really difficult for me to understand, because they see the one girl is overboard, and she is packing up her stuff and is about to make her getaway with everything.
Yeah.
They drop their escape boat, and it lands on top of hers practically.
Well, side to side, I would say.
Okay. But then we jump immediately to Luffy saying, "We got away, that was fun." And we don't really see what happened to her or what's going on there. It does seem like they made eye contact, like he saw her.
Definitely, yes.
Right? But I'm really sad that the pink heart ship is gone. I really want the heart ship to appear again at some point. I don't know if it will, but I'm going to just cross my fingers. It would be great if she would go back up on that ship and then make it hers. I would be all about it, but I don't know what kind of monster she would have to be to get those guys to fall in line. So.
And well, the Navy was right there. So
that's true.
I
don't know, maybe they'll impound it and she'll be able to bid on it. With the cops. Yeah,
with the money that she stole, basically.
Exactly.
No, that's my money. You have no other proof.
So as they're sailing off, Zoro gets mentioned again.
Yes.
And Kobe says he's as terrifying as a demon, to which I'm like, I don't trust your judgment on what's terrifying, Kobe. I'm sorry. And then we cut from him saying, "Why are you asking about him?" And Luffy saying, "I thought I might have him join my crew if he's a good guy," to a dude in... There's an argument back and forth, but he might be a good guy. He's been caught because he's a bad guy. And then we have this island that we see that has what looks like maybe the prison is up in the center. It's a very Alcatraz sort of vibe. And there is a dude, and there's this weird effect on the animation here, heat waves almost.
Yes. And
he's tied to a post, and he lifts his head and looks into the camera, and it's all very threatening.
Yeah.
And then
there's an electric guitar in the background.
Oh my god, I forgot about that because I don't have the sound up right now. Thank you for reminding me of the guitar riff to indicate to us that this is a very cool, dangerous guy.
I just, this is one of the moments where okay, Sean, tone it down a little bit. We get it.
And then it's to be continued.
Yes. That's the first episode.
That's it. I cannot. This was such a weird... And I really thought, wow, it's going to be a wannabe episode, which is an hour and a half, but this is only a 20-minute long episode. What are we really going to have to talk about? Turns out that was not a problem. We are over time.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, it's fine. I just, I really didn't think that I thought that there would be some, maybe we would finish early or we would have to, scramble for something to fill time with. But, no, not an issue.
To be honest, I thought this too.
Is there anything that you want to add or warn me about?
No, I just hope that you enjoyed the show.
I did.
Probably I will be coming back after a good glass of syrup. And you don't know what this means, but people will know.
That sounds like all I can think of is in rap music, how syrup is just basically like drinking cold medicine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No. And I feel like all that I wanted to mention, I could have mentioned. Well, maybe. But is there anything you want to say about the episode?
I feel like I covered it all. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really weird and unexpected, and that's my primary thing lately. Is I just enjoy being surprised.
No,
and this was full of surprises for sure. So it was very fun.
Yay! I'm so excited for you to watch this.
Cool. So yeah, the next episode is a week from today, and that will be covering 2 and 3.
Yes.
I think unless I say otherwise, it's always going to be 2 episodes per podcast from here on out.
Yeah, and I have to say I don't feel like this will change anything. Because One Piece is, I mean, as you know, there are many episodes. And it actually is kind of a binging show. Like you can really, it's a good show to binge watch, actually.
Okay.
So I wouldn't actually know why we would ever have just one episode. Because, I mean, there's some episode where you're like, oh my god, what just happened? But still, I'm just kind of like, just one episode. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, that works for me because I always like to be able to... Anytime that somebody's like, I'd like you to consume more of the thing, I'm like, yes! So that works for me.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and apologies again for Crowdcast not working, but I'm really glad that we got to record together anyway.
Yeah, I'm really glad too. And again, sorry for everybody who was at the Crowdcast and we couldn't record there. I'm sorry, you guys.
You'll get over it. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Everybody should just pipe down. You're fine.
No, they're all really nice people.
And we'll see you guys with the rest of them, so you'll be able to chime in the comments from here on out. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what y'all have to say, because I don't know what I'm going to have to say. All right, well, thank you, Florian, for commissioning this and joining me. Thank you all for listening. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I will be seeing you again in a week with a new episode. 2 new episodes. Well, really 1 new episode of a podcast. You know what I mean. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.
Bye, guys.
That was an Unspoiled Network podcast.